Hello everyone. Union Bank of India has come out with some specialized officers vacancies, one of which includes vacancies for Forex officer. In this video, I am going to talk about in detail about this vacancy, the syllabus that you need to prepare for it, what can be your study plan and the live class plan that we will hold at ixamBee for the preparation of this particular exam. Hello everyone, welcome to ixamBee. Prepare 50% faster by embracing the ixamBee learning experience. Please don't forget to subscribe the channel and press the bell icon if you find this information useful and helpful for your preparation of various government job exams. So to brief you about what we will talk about in this video. In this video, we will cover all the exam details related to this opportunity in Union Bank of India. That is, what are the important dates, what are the vacancies related to the Forex vacancy, what is the eligibility for this particular post, and the exam pattern. We will also discuss in detail the preparation that will include discussing the professional knowledge syllabus for this particular exam, what can be your sources of preparation, and the live class plan that we will follow at ixamBee. I am Prachi Agarwal, the finance faculty at ixamBee with more than 16 years of experience, including in the corporate of 10 years in the financial segment and of 6 years at ixamBee for mentoring and guiding and teaching the finance subject. So let's start with the exam details. The first thing is to know about the important dates. If you are eligible, which we will talk in a while, the important dates for you to remember is that the registration and the application window for this particular exam is open till 23rd of Feb. So you have time. So please listen carefully to this video and understand this opportunity. And if you are eligible, then please look at it, how you will prepare and go ahead and apply for this vacancy. What vacancy we are talking about? There are various vacancies, around 21 vacancies that Union Bank of India have announced. We are focusing on this vacancy, which is for Assistant Manager Forex. This is for freshers as a Scale 1 officer, and there are 73 vacancies that have come out. For Forex, they had last come out, Union Bank of India had last come out with vacancies in 2021-22. It got splitted over the 2 years. So the notification had come in 21 and the exam and the final result had come out in 22. So after almost 3 years, they have now come out with vacancies in this particular domain again. Now this is a very attractive department to work because of various reasons, which I will take up in another video in detail. But to brief you about, because it is dealing with foreign exchange, your posting is likely to be in the bank branches that have a Forex window or Forex facilities available, right? So it will usually be with bigger cities and good cities that you are likely to be posted in. Then there could also be opportunities related to foreign postings going forward in your career, right? So these are few of the advantages or the benefits of working in this department. Other big vacancies that have come out is in Manager Credit, which is a Scale 2 vacancy, and there are 371 vacancies. But as I stated, I will be talking about the Forex vacancy in this particular video, right? So these Forex officer 73 vacancies we will be talking about. The eligibility of this consists of having a graduation degree in any discipline but with a minimum marks of 60%, and in addition to 60% in your graduation, you also need a post-graduation degree, which could be an MBA degree, PGDBA, PGDBM, PM, PGDM with specialization in finance, international business or trade finance, right? So an MBA in either finance or international business or trade finance will be acceptable, not a generic MBA degree, not a MBA in any other stream, and that too you need to have a minimum 60% marks, right? This MBA degree should be of full 2 years course, right? So no executive MBAs of 1 year would be eligible here. It should be a full course of 2 years. It could be distance, it could be full time, but 2 years you should have done this, right? So eligibility is, again repeating, graduation 60% marks, and your MBA in finance or any other post-graduation diploma degree related to these similar subjects in finance, international business or trade finance with 60% marks. A certificate course in Forex is preferable, but that is not a compulsory or mandatory eligibility. There is no work experience requirement. It's a scale 1 vacancy. No work experience is required. So it's a very, very good opportunity for people who have done MBA in finance or international business or trade finance. So let's move ahead to understand what will be the exam pattern, right? The selection process will consist of your written exam, and it will be followed by an interview or JD. So I will discuss on interview and JD also, because in the notification some are getting confused that both will happen. Okay, so I will clarify on this part also. So first will be your written exam, and in your written exam the paper will consist of 4 topics. First will be your quantitative aptitude, where 25 questions of 25 marks will be there. Then there will be reasoning of 50 marks. Professional knowledge. So here, because we are talking about, it will be professional knowledge for Forex. So Forex related professional knowledge. This will be of 100 marks, right? So there will be 50 questions of 2 marks each. So highest weightage is for your professional knowledge. And then there will be English language, 25 questions of 25 marks. So your highest weightage is for your professional knowledge. Your next high weightage is for reasoning, then followed by quantitative aptitude and English at 25 marks each, right? So this is how your total of 200 marks will be arrived. You will get a total composite time of 2 hours to complete this paper. If you qualify for this, and yes, there will be negative marking of 1/4 marks for this. Then moving on to the next part, that is the interview and GD. They have mentioned an interview of 50 marks that will be held. So the personal interview of 50 marks, where minimum criteria is you should have a minimum of qualifying marks of 25 marks in case of general category, right? And the people who will be called for the interview will be in the ratio of 1:3. For every 1 vacancy, 3 candidates is likely to be called for interview. Now for GD, again 50 marks GD may happen. However, GD is not a compulsion. If they see extraordinary performance of a lot of candidates in the written exam and they want to further stream down and bring down the number for the personal interview, or otherwise if they feel, then only they go for group discussion. So group discussion, if conducted, will be of 50 marks. But in the last cycle in 2021-22 that I was talking about, when Union Bank last cut it, that time also they had written the same thing, but there was no GD that was conducted. It was only written exam followed by an interview, right? So this is what has been about the exam pattern. Now let's move on to the more important part, that is how to prepare and what to prepare in the professional knowledge. There is no standard syllabus that has been given by the bank, right? But usually these officers, what they are supposed to know based on their job profile, this is the most authentic syllabus. And in the last cycle also in 21-22, similar syllabus and the questions of these topics were asked. So syllabus can be understood in 6 broad categories. First is your fundamentals of foreign exchange. Second is your regulatory framework for Forex. Then is your Forex facilities. Fourth is your import and export related points. Then your foreign investments related points, and then international trade and foreign policy. What does each of these mean? First is your fundamentals of foreign exchange. That means you try to understand what is foreign exchange, what do we mean by US dollars and Indian rupee, and how is the exchange rate management done, and how is the exchange rate determined. So that kind of a overview, fundamentals of forex. What are forex reserves, right? Information about that. And then forex markets basics, how do they function, okay? How does the exchange rates are determined, how do they get translated, how do banks, why do they have a bid or an ask rate, you know? So all those basic market related understanding is what you need to know. And overall forex business in India, how it is done with the help of banks, right? Then is the regulatory framework, right? So the main act related to forex management is the Foreign Exchange Management Act. This is administered by RBI, right? But before FEMA came into place, there was another act known as FERA, Foreign Exchange Regulation Act, right? So that history also you should know, and how is it different from FEMA, but only from a history point of view. Otherwise, the important act is FEMA, and what are the important sections that you need to know for this exam. Then, as I told you, RBI administers this. So the role of RBI in this entire regulatory framework is what you are supposed to know. What is it, the role of Government of India, and what is FEDI's role? FEDI's is the Foreign Exchange Dealers Association of India, right? So not everybody can deal in forex. You need to have a license from RBI, and so these dealers association is FEDI. It's called Foreign Exchange Dealers Association of India. Then there are various forex facilities, right? So say facilities for resident Indians, like people like you and me. So if I need to travel abroad, how do I get exchange, okay? Or if I want to transfer money to some of my relative living abroad, how can I do that, right? Or if I have to receive money, how can I do that, right? Or, you know, if I have to go out for studying, how can I get money to you know, in the other countries currency, right? So all these facilities are covered under this. And similarly, there are forex facilities for non-residents, right? So if anybody in your family or friends or is an NRI and needs to deposit money in India, how can they do that? What are the bank accounts they can open, and how can they do that? What are the kind of investments they can make in India? What are the kind of loan facilities they can get, or any other facility? So the forex facilities available both for Indians and for non-resident Indians is what is covered here. Under import and export, you need to understand what are your trade policy related to trading, and then also long term in terms of external commercial borrowings, any import or export of goods that is happening, and what are the frameworks given by RBI in that relation. And similarly, they are for the export related also. What kind of foreign currency accounts can be operated in India? If you are receiving foreign currency, then in which account you can receive it, how you can use it, all those rules and regulations as given by RBI, right? Foreign investments, that is investments in India made by non-residents, right? That investments they can made in equity shares, in convertible debentures, or how do FIIs, foreign institutional investors, or who are now known as foreign portfolio investors, how can they make investment in India, and what are the rules and the limits up to which they can make investments in India, both in shares and your convertible debentures. So both from non-residents point of view and foreign institutional investors, that is retail investment and institutional investment. In international trade and finance and foreign policy, the most important document or the most important type of bank facility that is used is documentary credit, which is more commonly known as a letter of credit, right? So if you read documentary credit but you know about letter of credit, then please don't get confused. It is the same thing. There are also standby credits, the export finance, what are the other ways of financing, and then there is a foreign trade policy, which is now of 2023, which the government introduced. For this exam, numericals will also be important, conversions from one currency to another or any other typically type of numericals. To answer that, in the past, the numericals for scale 1 level have not been asked. Having said that, some conceptual understanding based numericals you should definitely prepare. Simple ones like, converting one currency to the other based on the exchange rates given, based on the cross rates given, you should be able to do to understand the word what is bid and what is ask, and being able to tell what is the bid price and the ask price. So these simple numericals one should prepare. Do you should prepare any current affairs specifically for this? Generic current affairs? No, you don't need to. But anything if it is in news related to Forex facilities, that you can prepare. For example, we are now moving towards internationalization of the rupee. So if RBI comes out with anything related to that, and if it there in the news or anything related to Forex reserves, then you can be aware about that. But otherwise, current affairs for this entry level professional knowledge part is not going to be important, right? So how can you prepare for this? All this information is available from various sources. As I told you, RBI is administrating and managing the entire Forex, and all these rules and guidelines are given by RBI. So on RBI's website, you will find all these circulars and details and directions and guidelines which you can refer to. FEDI website also you can refer to. There also all updates that RBI gives related to foreign exchange are mentioned. The FEMA Act you can directly refer to. You can also refer to IIBF, which is the Institute for Banking and Finance, and they also have a certificate course which is also mentioned in the eligibility, right? So you can also refer to that. There are also books available on Forex. The other alternative is also ixamBee course, where we of course refer to all these sources and bring it at one place for you to study in the form of notes, PDF notes, in the form of lot of practice tests and some live discussions and classes, right? So this course is curated and made by expert people in the Forex department. Mr. Shankar Nagarajan has played an instrumental role in making of this course. He is an ex-RBI officer with 30 years of experience and 7 years of experience of teaching. And it's delivered and administered at ixamBee by myself, Prachi Agarwal, Vidika ma'am and Tushar sir. Right, this will be the live class schedule that we will be doing to cover all these aspects, or in class discussions where we will cover important points that you should know from these points, in addition to all of them available in the form of PDFs for you to study, and there we will also be discussing MCQs and all. So you can have a look at these. The tentative date for the exam as of now, what we have information, is likely to be 17th. So the class schedule has been prepared with keeping this in mind. Of course, the sessions in between, days in between, you will also be having classes for your quant, reasoning and English to pay attention to the other 100 marks. In addition to the professional knowledge will be the 100 marks, right? As I told, we have already done this course in 2021-22 last cycle, where Union Bank of India had come out with the vacancies. We had 18 selections in UBI Forex that time, and some of the success stories are available on our YouTube channel, which you can refer to understand how this exam happened and how these people had prepared. We also have 2 mock tests freely available on our website for Forex vacancies, which again you can attempt to understand the type of questions and also to see your own preparedness. This of course is in the exam pattern with QRE and professional knowledge, 200 questions, 200 marks, sorry. Yeah. The course, as I stated, has study notes, practice, live sessions, and if you reach and the interview stage, it will also have the interview guidance. So if you need any other information, you can always reach out to us on our website ixamBee.com or on the number 920-5524028, and this is also the email ID you can refer to. So that's all. Wishing you all the best. Please take an informed decision, and if you are eligible, then please apply in a timely manner. To remind you, 23rd Feb is the last date to apply for this particular exam, and we will be starting our classes from the 22nd of Feb for this particular course. If you have any other questions or any other doubts, there is a Google form in the description. Please fill out that Google form if you have any query or if you are interested in this particular vacancy. That's all. Thank you from my side, and wishing you all the best.